I was born and raised on Venus, and I'll meet you here on Mars.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, here we are on planet Earth, I believe. Welcome back, everybody. Oop, finger in the freaking frame. Can't have that. Take two. Here we are. Welcome back. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty for real this time with this, whatever this is called. GIBSON 1965 GIBSON GA-20, GA-20, space, capital R, capital V, capital T. It's been a minute. Been doing some work on this sucker. Here, let me switch my hands here. I am not left-handed. Here, I'll fix this in post. Got Mr. Pointer out here. So, where were we last time? Tremolo wasn't working. Typical, well, before we get to that. So, tremolo wasn't working, so I pulled apart the roach, as you do. Basically, the roach is a metal tube with a couple of these guys in it. So, come on, focus. So when I first tore this apart, I only pulled one of these guys out, and as you can see, it looks very much like a light bulb. I mean, they look exactly the same. One's a light-dependent resistor, the other one's a neon light, I believe. So when I pulled out one of these, I did not know at the time, actually pulled out the LDR, and I thought it was the light bulb. And so I'm looking at the schematic, you know, the, what did I say I pulled out? I pulled out the LDR, so that's this guy right here. But I thought I pulled out a light bulb, so that had me all confused. It's like, what, did they draw this backwards? I mean, that's certainly not out of the question for a GIBSON schematic. So that sent me off a path of no return for a little while. Anyway, obviously by that time this was in, it was already in non-functional form, but certainly once I pulled this apart, it was definitely in non-functional form for now until the rest of humanity. Pardon me. In typical tonepriest fashion, I spent like $45 trying to save 20, and I don't have the pieces here. Tried to build my own roach. I did some research on the old interweb as to what kind of light bulb you need in here. The opinions vary greatly, but I tried to get a light bulb that I thought I would work based on the most credible source of information on the interweb. Long story short, that didn't work. So finally I just broke down and I got one of these guys on eBay and popped that in. Worked right away. So put a link for that down in the where's the pointer? Oh, I guess there we go. We'll put a link down in the thingy down there if you need to buy your own. Shipped fast, reasonably priced, and it, you know, set it and forget it. It just works. Anyway, what else did we do? So other than that, this sucker's almost ready to go. I replaced that big giant mess I had made to, you know, test out the bias. I got the proper bias resistor value here, 110, measuring 111.8. Got that sucker in there. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I got rid of that wonky ass radial shitty whatever. Put something better in there, right there. So I guess all we really need to do now, I put a big beefy clamp in here. So I think as you do more and more of these things, each tech gets their own little style of doing things. And I like these big beefy clamps, so because the power cable is not going to go anywhere with that. Yeah, so I kind of like that. So we're going to dress up the wires a little bit. You know, make this thing roadworthy, and then marry it back up to the cabinet. So let me show you what I did with the cabinet. Hang tight. Here's the old cabinet. So I basically tore her down to the frame and washed her all up, cleaned her all up.
Jim, the soap. Okay, gentlemen, you've both been to county before, I'm sure. Here it comes.
God damn, the water's fucking cold.
What I've been using is baking soda and water for the first coat, and then I go back with just water to get, because the baking soda leaves a little bit of sticky grossness to it. Just to clean that off. There's a shot of my Arizona iced tea in a Snapple bottle.
Snapple is a super product, perhaps the only good that has ever come out of New York.
probably mix and turn to poison. Anyway, yeah, I think she looks really nice. And then, let me turn this sucker around. Here we go. Here's the original speaker. And the Tolex was tearing up in pretty much every place it could. It was peeling, not tearing up. It was peeling back. Down here as well. You can't see that, but trust me, it was. So I broke out the contact cement, and I got all this Tolex back down where it needs to be for the most part. The bottom as well. So yeah, this sucker looks really nice. She looks almost as good as she did when she came out of the factory. The Gibson logo, looking very Gibson-y. This bothers me. It probably shouldn't bother me, but it does. I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go postal on this. I might get some JB weld, stick a little dab in there and push that in there, and then that'll never be a problem ever again.
Strong enough to hold this man suspended in midair. Right, Ma?
So yeah, let's button her back up, get her, adjust the wires a little bit, clamp everything down the best we can, and stick her in here, and then she's almost going to be ready. And this is the amplifier I'm going to be donating for a very, very good cause, so that'll be a separate video, if and when that happens. So, alright, let the tone priest get to work. Hang tight. Oh, hey, guys and gals and non-binary folk. Here's a pro tip for you. This totally triggers me, and I don't know why, but when people use wire ties, they clamp it down and they just do that, leaving this big friggin' tail out. Hey, you can cut these flush right up to the nub, and they won't undo. Look at that. And now you won't get, jabbed in the side of the arm and start bleeding. So, do it the right way. Come on. Okie doke. Well, we got her flipped over, and before we put her back in the cabinet here, let's take a look at the back side. Oh yeah, that reminds me. These are just tacked in here. I gotta put those in there a little bit more permanently. I don't know what Gibson was thinking. They got all the wires on one side except for this blue wire. That triggers me. A lot of triggering going on today. But yeah, I just can't get that around without whatever. Yeah, she's looking pretty nice. Got a little bit of spunk on her, but yeah, no one will ever know. It's all about the tone, not the way she looked.
You up close, I tell you, you look marvelous, darling.
Thank you very much.
It's better to sound good than to look good. Power tubes, 6 BQ5s, what are they, EL84s if you're from Britain. RCA vintage, as you do. What else we got in here? That looks like a Sylvania. This, I don't know what the heck this guy is. What is this guy? Oh, that's a Sylvania. Oh, that's a GE. The green one, that's GE, Sylvania. All good stuff there. 12AU7. Wow, these are all cattywampus. Usually I try to get them all usually I try to get them all RCA, but here we are. Ooh, Telefunken. Yeah, this is gonna be replaced. Sorry.
God damn, Jimmy.
That one's staying in the pile, but we'll get a nice one in there. Don't you worry about a thing. And these are cool. Yeah, the RCA Sylvania GE 6U7s are just exorbitantly expensive, but we got some really cool National made in USA. But look at the bass on these. Never seen anything like that. So that's kind of neat. But hey, they work. That's all that matters. So let's find a new 12AU7, and let me see what else I got in the pile. We'll try and get a little more consistency, but the RCAs are gonna stay with it. So whoever gets this in the near future here, that's something to look forward to. Gotta love it. But other than that, yeah, there you have it. All right. Let me go check the tube closet. Alright, so I just checked the tube stash, and I have a General Electric, which I'll pop in here now, I think. General Electric. Can't go wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And then the other one I have is a Browning made in USA. Browning tubes are very near and dear to my heart, so this is the good shit, and this is for personal use only. It's the head stash right there. But it appears I already anticipated this, and I have a couple of RCA vintage 12AU7s on the way from the old eBay, so I'll probably replace those with RCAs, and then those will be RCAs, and then I got a million RCA 12AX7s, but they're all amplifiers, but I'll probably, you know, pop one out and put it in there. So we'll have all RCAs except for the 6U7s, and depending upon, you know, the future of this amplifier and how everything goes, I, you know, might spring for it and just, here you go. All vintage RCAs in your Gibson GA-20RVT Minuteman. Or new edu-tainment. Yeah. So, we'll see. Either way, it's going to sound awesome. This, of course, is always the other option. I think we're going to go with plan A, though. I totally forgot. We got to bag up the reverb tank, put some feet on there, the little rubber feet, bag her up, get the wires through the bag somehow. Never done that before, so this will be a learning experience for all involved. There you go, Goodyear blimp cam. Now, if I could just remember where I put the damn reverb tank bag, we'd be straight. Look at this mess. I gotta clean out the church here. This is getting out of control. There you go. Gorilla snot. Should have sprayed the snot on the bag and stuck it somewhere where I wouldn't have lost it. There you go. Headphones. Flight controls. Gotta have that. God, look at this awesome bass. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll see you in about 3 days after I find this bag. Yup, here we are. Searched the entire church, couldn't find the damn stuff that I bought. All the stuff from the $89 antique electronics video that we did. It just evaporated into the ether. This is a good seller right here, close to me. So hopefully this will get here in a couple of days.
3 weeks later.
Here we are, back again. It's probably been 2 weeks since the last clip you saw where I couldn't find my reverb tank bag. Apologize it takes so long for me to finish one of these projects, but I work 9 hours a day. This doesn't look like it ended well. Good thing we put the crash wrap on the windows, though. I commute by train. That adds another over 3 hours a day just getting back and forth to work. So there's that. But word just came down on high that the Stasi will be collecting our papers soon. So
Ваши документы.
the tonepriest may have more time on his hands real soon. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, after that last clip where I was looking for the reverb tank bag, couldn't find it. I was just buttoning up a couple of little things. I put the new whatchamahoosit bias resistor in, so I didn't have that big bulky cluster bomb dumpster fire as before. And then let me get Mr. Pointer, flip you over. Then I get rid of that crappy little capacitor. Sorry, it's early morning. Tonepriest's brain isn't all fired up yet. I don't have any axials of a value that I felt was appropriate. Although it's been so long, I probably could have ordered some. I may still do that, because whatever. Anyway, it's not hurting anyone. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It's not hurting anyone. Anyway, I replaced the crappy one I had in there with this crappy one. After I did that, it just sounded awful. It was like just horrible distortion, kind of low output, and it was like something was just not right. So I started to troubleshoot. You know, I only changed a couple things. It was working beautifully before. I only changed a couple of things. This, I didn't think there should be anything wrong with this. And I didn't think anything should be wrong with this. I started swapping tubes out. No change. And then I kind of figured, oh, well, it's got to be this guy here. So then I started subbing in different values of this capacitor. I tried the old one again. That didn't change. And then finally I figured out, as we know from before, a lot of these carbon comps are at the end of their useful life. And I think just the heat cycles with the soldering iron wiped out the resistors that were here. Once I replaced the affected resistors, it's back to normal. So all is well that ends well. So anyway, what's on the menu for today? Oh, did I show you guys this thing yet? I think I did. If I didn't, I'll make another clip. Well, I may as well tell you again. I can edit it later, right?
Stones You're repeating yourself, you know that? You're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself.
If you guys are installing this thing, it doesn't matter. You know, obviously you got to get it orientated right. You know, the red goes towards the knobs. The green goes towards, you know, the not knobs. Where are we here? So what do we have here? Pins 48 and 49 for the red. Pins, I believe it's 11 and 12. Yeah, pins 11 and 12 for the green. And there's a little wire connected underneath the heat shrink here is a metal tube. And there's a little wire connected to that, probably to ground it out and help reduce noise. And that goes into pin 12 with the second wire here. But I'll pop that in. Tremolo works beautifully. Yeah, I think I did already talk about this, about how the tonepriest likes to spend money to save money. Anyway, so what I think I'm going to do is we get a couple other of these carbon comps that are in line with the plates here, so we'll probably just preemptively pop them out, pop in some nice new resistors, just so you know, the amp will last longer without any issues. And then we'll fire her up again, make sure she's working right, and then she's just about ready to be wrapped up. Stay tuned. Alright, so I got her dialed up all the way to 12,000 volts, and what was happening before when I was playing in the reverb channel here, anytime I would like really dig into the strings or hit a lot of like bassy notes, it would just distort and fart and break up, and it was just terrible. So that was the symptom, and it's kind of interesting. When I was several months ago, when I was playing my acoustic combo amp, that symptom started to come out of the blue. Just started to exhibit that. My brain's not working today. I can't find the words, but it started to do that. That's the point. So that's good. I think that means I know what the problem is. Well, let's see if we know what the problem is. So after we replaced a bunch of the carbon comps with new resistors, I've got in the reverb channel, got the volume all the way up. We'll put bass and treble at 5, because that does increase the volume as well. And again, the lower bassier notes seem to make that symptom happen more often. So here we are. And the problem seems to have disappeared. You know, no signs of breakup or distortion, not that kind, you know, electronics malfunctioning style distortion, not cool, you know. Wow, this thing's very clean. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little too much bass for the little square back to handle, but still can't do it. Anyway, I think we're good here. I think she's electrically sound, at least for the present time. So what I'll go in is I'll dress up the wires the best I can. I don't know what the hell they were doing at the Gibson factory back in those days. probably getting paid by the piece, because the wires are just is total train wreck. But to their credit, I do like the fact that, unlike Fender, they use different color wires for different purposes, like the plate resistors, plate wires going to the plates on your tubes are blue, etc. So that's kind of nice, instead of just having all yellow wires everywhere. And I like the circuit boards that they use better than the eyelet boards that Fender uses, because they you poke your components into something that's like a little cup, like a little ice cream cone. So your solder can't blob down, and you can't wire underneath the board like Fender, because underneath that board there's all sorts of connections being made under there, and once it's all buttoned up at the factory, to get underneath the board's a complete and total nightmare, because they got wires going in through holes and then underneath, and you can't see what the hell's going on. Can't stand that. Ask me how I know. Ask me about the Bandmaster. But it's a project for a different day. So anyway, I'm going to button this sucker up, put the cab together, and yeah, we're almost there. Stay tuned. So, as previously discussed, this amplifier here I'm going to be donating for charity, and Tonepriest went out and did something nice. We got the RCA power tubes right here, our trusty 6PQ5s, also known as something else. Instead of having a bunch of cattywampus old tubes here in the preamp, the Tonepriest went out and did something nice, and he got all RCAs for the preamp. So let's put those in and see how they sound. And there we have it. All RCA tubes. I don't know if you can read all the stuff. RCA tubes.
Remember this. It's only as good as the tubes inside it. Every tube in your set, from the small receiving tubes to the big picture tube, does a mighty important job. What's more, he relies on highly sensitive test equipment to help him restore your set to its original peak performance. And he uses genuine RCA tubes.
This is how we roll around here. And as another added benefit, this will probably have really good picture quality. But let's fire up, see what happens. Alright, we got the Variac dialed up to 12 million volts. See if the new tubes work. Oh, I hear something. There you have it. Please forgive my horrible guitar playing. I'm sure the phone audio does not do this justice, but even with this crappy little speaker here, wow. Wow. This is going to be a nice amp. But, yeah, mission successful there. RCA, baby. Still relevant after all these years. Here we are. Here's the cabinet. Did not record the cleaning and the restoration of the cabinet, but there was, you know, how old is this thing? 65, 56 years worth of, a 56-year layer of mouse manure all over this thing, so that was fun. What I generally do is I get a bucket of water and add some baking soda. And
You're repeating yourself, you know that? You're repeating yourself.
You're repeating yourself. You're repeating yourself.
But we're going to mount this. Here's the new bag that I ordered. Damn, my finger's in the frame again. Damn it. Here's the new bag. Got another bag around here somewhere. That'll be for the other GA-20 I have, or something else. But yeah, slap this all together. Mount that in here. Throw the chassis up where it belongs. Hook everything all up, and yeah, almost ready to call it a day. Good times. This only took 4.5 years to complete. All right, let's do it. One other thing I forgot to mention: when you get these old amplifiers, usually the speakers, especially on the bottom side, is usually, you know, filled with 30 decades worth of dust and dead skin cells, and I like to use these as a makeup brush type of thing, I guess. I don't know. I haven't worn makeup in some time. But yeah, this is really soft, and oh, look at that. Looks like I need to do a little more work on this. It's gentle. It you know, reduces the risk of damaging the speaker, but you can get in there and clean the cone out, clean all the dust out. Probably better than using compressed air. If you get like a cheap compressed air tank, if it doesn't have like an oil filter or whatever, you can squirt a bunch of water or oil all over your vintage amplifier parts and speakers, so that's no good. And plus also the jet can be a little too strong. Some of these older things, you know, use this. It's better. Put in the effort. Purdy. Real purdy. And then after that we can go back and we can add some blush. Maybe a little mascara. Okay, moving on. Here she is, all buttoned up, looking really nice. Not quite done yet, of course. This is the project that never ends. Got a couple of little things to do, like I gotta put the bracket in that holds the foot switch, and the reverb. Kind of a thing, a symptom or a problem that I've been experiencing the whole time is the reverb tank picks up. Let me see. Gotta do the hand gestures here. The reverb tank is picking up vibrations from the speaker, and then it's going into the springs are oscillating, and so it just gets out of control. So it's unusable in its current state. But I'm sure it's a simple problem. Maybe I got the RCAs in the wrong way, or I'm sure it used to work back in the day. There's no reason it shouldn't now. So I'll do that. Take care of that. Get that all working. But other than that, what else here? Oh, the little captive nuts that the screws that go in. I can't see that, but the screws that go in from the top of the cabinet and hold the chassis in place. One of them was missing. I got a replacement one, but it's a 1032 screw, and the originals are 632. So I'm either gonna replace those all with 1032s, the new ones, or I'll just grab one off my other GA-20. So this one can be all original, or as original as possible, and fix that. I want to get nicer hardware for the top because it's silver hardware and it's or stainless. And I think I want to get black machine screws and finish washers. You know, I think that'll look better. So just little odds and ends. And then finally, there'll probably be one more video. I want to get my my best friend to do a proper demonstration because he is a phenomenal guitar player. And I'm just looking at the current limiters glowing a little bit. But yeah, we're at half an amp, so it'll do that. He's a phenomenal guitar player. But he's you know, very busy and difficult to pin him down, especially to get him here so that I can record, you know, mic'd up and into my PC and record it properly. Or maybe I'll go to his house and install Reaper on, you know, I'm sure he has a computer, install Reaper over there and do it over there. But by hook or by crook, we'll get a proper demo on this amplifier from a real guitar player because it deserves it. It's really nice sounding. But I'll play a few notes through it. I'm playing a Telecaster, and I'm sitting pointed directly at my computer, so any noises you're hearing is just EMF from my computer being so close to it. That shit there. All that beep, 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 beep. That's from the computer. If I turn the volume down, you know, the amp is virtually silent. And I'm in the reverb channel now, and the volume's on 10, because why wouldn't it be? Sounds pretty sweet, right? Oop, noisy. Disregard the noise. Alright, let's try the normal channel. I think the normal channel sounds even better. It really rips. Turn it up to 10. We got to jumper the channels, so hang on a second, let me grab the cable and we'll do that. I'll play some more Angus Young licks. How fun is that? Back in black! I'm back to black! Normal. Abby normal. Abby something. Enough of listening to a horrible bass player play guitar. But yeah, that's just straight in, no pedals, no nothing. You know, with a boost pedal or a tube screamer, this thing will tear the paint off the walls. And it's not so loud, you know, that you're neighbors are going to call the cops. You'll probably get divorced, and your dog will probably run away, but you probably won't get arrested. So, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of another. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. You can come out now. It's safe.
Done!